Ladies and gentlemen, a day after delivering a masterclass to the opposition in Rajya Sabha, today was the Prime Minister's turn to switch gears and deliver a success mantra for students. During Pariksha Pe Charcha, Narendra Modi shared a personal life lesson rooted in a moment from his 75th birthday. He recalled how when a leader wished him saying, "You are now 75," his reply was simple, "I have 25 more years to go." The takeaway: don't dwell on what's in the past. Plan for the future. Listen in to Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
मुझे अभी एक नेता ने फोन किया था मेरे जन्मदिन पर, 17 सितंबर को। तो उसने मुझे कहा कि आपके 75 हो गए। बोले अभी 25 बाकी है। मैंने कहा तो मैं जो बीता है उसको गिनता नहीं हूँ, जो बचा है उसको गिनता हूँ।
The message could well have doubled up as a lesson in political strategy, perfectly applicable to the opposition, especially the Congress party. Don't repeat past mistakes. Change plans, change gears that aren't working. Reinvent yourself before it's too late. But for a party staring at over 95 electoral setbacks, change in syllabus still seems undesirable, unacceptable. When the Prime Minister spoke of preparing a plan of action for the next quarter century, he told the Congress, and the Congress did not see his confidence. They saw fear and insecurity. That's how flawed their vision is.
You can see in the eyes of Prime Minister the panic. He's having fear in his mind, heart also. He was afraid to come to Lok Sabha. We can say that he is panicked, and that's the problem with him. He is in a fear mode. Who is threatening him? Why he is getting compromised? These are all the questions we wanted to ask, but he is not coming to the Lok Sabha.
Prime Minister is scared. Prime Minister has panicked. Prime Minister is afraid of coming to the Lok Sabha. If there is one big takeaway from this budget session, it is this: India's political discourse has turned overtly personal. With 5 assembly elections around the corner, the gloves are well off, and truly it is a fight to the finish. After 2 days of pushing the Prime Minister Bhag Gaye narrative, the Congress has now unveiled a new tagline today: Lok Sabha to jhanki hai, PMO se bhagana baki hai. Meaning, what happened in the Lok Sabha was just the trailer. The real target is the Prime Minister's office and making him run from there. The BJP is calling this irrefutable proof of an anarchist and a hateful mindset.
ये गांधीवादी नहीं, ये अराजकतावादी, एनार्किस्ट, नक्सलाइट कांग्रेस है। ये मुस्लिम लीगी माओवादी कांग्रेस है।
I would advise them to stop doing that, because the people of this country are waiting and watching, and they will essentially not like this, and they'll punish you in the next hustings.
जो कहें उनका क्या है, कहीं देश में कोई असर है देश में देखने के लिए? प्रधानमंत्री जी ने तो 140 करोड़ लोगों की जिम्मेवारी है।
But is there really a plan? And if yes, what exactly is the Congress's roadmap to evict Prime Minister Narendra Modi? By flooding social media with fact-free memes mocking the Prime Minister? By flaunting unpublished books and quoting unverified claims? By waving banners and posters at the Makardwar? By repeatedly disrupting Parliament? Or by something more disturbing, planning to physically gherao the Prime Minister inside the Parliament? While the BJP says it is focused on policy performance and delivery, Congress appears fixated on one objective: how to corner the Prime Minister personally. From strategizing disruptions to deploying women MPs at the well of the House, carefully picked from scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and backward communities, timed precisely when the Prime Minister was scheduled to speak. And when the Congress leaders openly proclaim that what unfolded in the Lok Sabha was just a trailer, aren't they in effect proving the speaker right? Isn't that an admission that there was in fact a pre-planned attempt to something unprecedented?
Yesterday, anything could have happened in the Lok Sabha when Honorable Prime Minister was coming to deliver his address to the nation, to the Lok Sabha people. So the point is, anything unruly would have happened, any unpleasantness would have occurred. The women parliamentarians left their opposition seats, opposition benches, and they crossed over to the treasury benches and they घेरावed the Prime Minister's seat.
हमले और विरोध में एक अंतर होता है, जिसको लोकतंत्र समझ में आता है वो ये अंतर समझता है, प्रधानमंत्री को नहीं समझ में आता। नरेंद्र साहब, आप किससे नहीं डरते ये बता दीजिए।
Their leader Rahul Gandhi has stooped at the level which never have been thought and it has never happened in parliamentary democracy.
आप मुझे बताइए, अगर आप देश की लोकसभा में यानी देश की सबसे सुरक्षित जगह में भी अपने आप को असुरक्षित महसूस कर रहे हैं, तो फिर आपको खुद शर्म करनी चाहिए कि आप कैसी सरकार चला रहे हैं।
Leader of the House in the Rajya Sabha, JP Nadda, had called Rahul Gandhi an abodh bhalak, an ignorant and naive child. Today, we saw the leader of opposition once again lean into political gimmickry. His party walked out of the House within 6 minutes of the Prime Minister's address yesterday. And when asked for his response to the speech, Rahul Gandhi repeated his latest favorite line, "Jo uchit lage, wo karo." No explanation, no context, no critique, just a punchline. One really wonders if this is how the biggest opposition party plans to occupy the Prime Minister's office.
जो उचित समझो, 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 वही करो, जो उचित समझो, वही करो, जो उचित समझो, वही करो, जो उचित समझो, वही करो। राहुल जी वही करो, वही करो, सारी बातें करी, जो उचित समझो, जो उचित समझो वही करो।
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the legitimate question on the news hour tonight. Jo uchit lage, wo karo, says Rahul Gandhi. But have the electoral verdicts already shown that people are doing what they deem is fit, defeating the Congress and making Modi the custodian of the country? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate with me tonight, Pradeep Bhandari, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Senior Fellow at the IPCS. Also joining me tonight, Dr. Saeed Hafiz, National Spokesperson of the DMK, Ghanshyam Tiwari, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Nivan Sharma, National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Niladri Bhattacharya, lawyer and political analyst, supports the Trinamool Congress. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha, Congress leader. And I want to ask you, Sanjay Jha, Lok Sabha to झांकी है, PMO से भगाना बाकी है. Is that the legitimate desire of the party which claims to be the savior of the constitution? Is this how democracy will function? आप अब डंडे से भगाएंगे लोगों को, भगाएंगे प्रधानमंत्री's office. I thought in a democracy it is up to the people of India who they elect, who they put in which office. The leader's opposition's office is meant for Rahul Gandhi as per the mandate of the people, the Prime Minister's office for the Prime Minister. Why and who can make him run away from there?
Navika, good evening to you and to all my distinguished panelists on the program. The problem with the BJP, Navika, is they have become so fascist and authoritarian that they see even in a message that says that we will defeat you or we will drive you out of the PMO as some kind of an autocratic threat. You know, I need to tell them your guilty conscience is consuming you, BJP. The Congress is talking about a constitutional electoral defeat of the BJP in any democracy, despite the fact that the Election Commission and the SIR will be in the favor of the BJP. So this is a normal democratic call. You see, the problem with this party, which is, I've always said, it's intellectually defunct, it's morally ambivalent, and it really, in my opinion, has no agenda to govern this country, which is pretty obvious. Therefore, they try and make everything into a story. Let me give you 2 quick points here. You know, you mentioned about Mr. Modi telling the young, impressionable kids of India, I'm looking 25 years ahead. Why are you lying to the children, Prime Minister? We have seen over the last 14 years that all you do is abuse Pandit Nehru, you go down to castigating even Mahatma Gandhi, you run down Baba Saheb Ambedkar, you are renaming roads, you are going into the world of Aurangzeb and Humayun and Akbar. Mr. Modi is lying even to the young kids of India. Not good, Prime Minister. You need to be more responsible with children. Here is my third point. Very important, Navika. End of day, if you look at the BJP today, you know, they gave this example yesterday. I was in a debate, not on yours, but I'm glad we are talking about it today. I'm happy to share what I said there. That the BJP told the people of this country that 6 elected members of parliament, women, like you and I differ sometimes, and I have enormous respect for you and, you know, every woman who's doing whatever they're doing in this country, you know, in a very male patriarchal society, that's enormous. 6 women MPs of the Congress party, elected, by the way, by people of India. And the BJP spreads this ridiculous canard. I can't comment on the speaker, with due respects to him, he didn't do justice to his office, that these 6 people on live television, if they were to attack the Prime Minister, they would choose Parliament, they would choose live television, embarrass themselves before their own supporters, and get caught red-handed, and do that to humiliate the Prime Minister. I haven't heard victimhood or drama-bazi or melodrama of this level in any democracy.
It's not melodrama. We've seen it earlier. Sanjay Jha, maybe you haven't covered the Parliament as closely as I have. There is also a parliamentary privilege. When you are inside the Parliament, your behavior inside the Parliament is absolutely cushioned from any action that can be taken, which is not a criminal action that can be taken against you, because you enjoy that parliamentary immunity. So yes, parliamentary rules can be abused because the power and the protection is there. Whatever you say inside Parliament cannot be challenged outside Parliament.
Sure.
There can be no legal case on it. So don't be naive. There is a reason the Speaker said what he said. But Pradeep Bhandari, the question here is, Sanjay Jha says, legitimate. After all, Lok Sabha jhanki hai, PMO se bhagana baki hai, is all meant to be democratic. What is not said must be understood between the lines.
Well, Navika ji, you understand an individual's emotions and actions based on his past pattern. And if you recall, it is Congress party repeatedly wishing death for the Prime Minister, whether it is Raja Pateria who said ki Modi ko marna chahiye, or Rahul Gandhi who himself said that ki Modi ji ko dande pitenge. The Congress party has always advocated violence against the Honorable Prime Minister. Let me recall 2019, if you remember, there was a letter which was written by urban Naxals who were thinking of an assassination attempt on Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the lines of what happened on Rajiv Gandhi. They were all arrested, but Congress party was also calling it fictitious. So I understand that today Congress party has understood that democratically they cannot defeat the Honorable Prime Minister. This is why they are using terms like herofying the Prime Minister. They are using terms like Prime Minister ko bhaga denge. They cannot use the term ki Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji ko hum janta ke mandate se haraenge. That would have been understood. But they know ki janta ka mandate to Rahul Gandhi ko mil hi nahi sakta. So a man, Rahul Gandhi, who in the past said that he wants to fight the Indian state, who in the past his ideological mentor George Soros said that he also wants to dislodge Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has made his entire plan clear. Recall when there was violence taking place in Nepal, it were Congress workers who had burned down the BJP office in Leh Ladakh. The Congress party did not even suspend those workers. So it's just not now, but in the past, always Congress party has advocated violence. This is why we look at the tweet of Pawan Khera, not in good faith, but linking and indicating to his urban Naxal lobby that even this option is available, because now democratically the Gandhi Vadra family cannot come to power for the next 25 years, because in the subconscious of the people, they are branded as anti-India.
Well, and Sanjay Jha, don't forget what happened to the Prime Minister when the Congress government was in power in Punjab. Don't forget the security lapse that happened at that point in time, deliberate or otherwise. Well, we let that be for the moment. But Dr. Saeed Hafiz, coming to you, Sanjay Jha, Dr. Saeed Hafiz of the DMK. I just want to ask you, in a democracy, for the opposition benches to desire and have an objective of trying to defeat the treasury benches and come to power is absolutely genuine desire, a genuine objective, because that is what democracy is all about. Go to the hustings, defeat your competitor, and march on towards the highest office of the land. But who does it? The people of India give the mandate of who they want in which office. That is the only legitimate way in which the democracy functions. When Pawan Khera of the Congress party, who enjoys his position at the height of the media and communication department, I want to ask you, when he says, that somebody has to be ousted from the Prime Minister's office, and he says, you've just seen the trailer in Lok Sabha, we did not allow the Prime Minister to speak, or the Prime Minister had to run away. Now they are saying we will throw him out of the Prime Minister's office. How does that happen? It can only happen through an election. So why should this not be seen as a threat to the Prime Minister, along with all that transpired in Parliament over the last week?
This response is very predictable. This is a toolkit activation by the BJP. When the issue was going on, it would have just taken minutes for the Prime Minister to respond. Rather than that, he takes time. He says he'll come back and do it the next day in Rajya Sabha. Meanwhile, all the issues pops out. There is an ecosystem that works. Instead of discussing on why this entire chaos started, we are talking of the aftermath of it, which you might agree, you have an interpretation. The interpretation given by the people who spoke is going to be different. Now, the simple point is this. Is the issue raised by Mr. Rahul Gandhi is a bigger one, or this is a bigger one? Ma'am, Parliament, security, you're talking all that, ma'am. Parliament is the most secure complex in this entire country. It is not a joke that somebody jumps in and attacks the Prime Minister. This I don't know from where this thought came up, and to an extent where an alliance spokesperson comes and says that women were ready to bite. How much demeaning it is for the elected parliamentarian. As Sanjay said, it's a patriarchal society where women have fought election and come to this level, and a TDP spokesperson comes and says that women were used as a shield and they were going to bite the Prime Minister. From where does this thought arise? I don't know. This is ridiculous. You are insulting the woman representative, madam. To an extent, you're not ready to answer, just to find answer to your incapability to answer to the people. You come up with so bizarre explanations which the people are not ready to agree. Yes, it is a democracy in a democratically elected country. There needs to be decorum. There needs to be everything. But we are conveniently forgetting where Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was called PM Chor. Nobody is questioning that. That was done by the BJP. Now BJP wants to take class on ethics, morals, and how to behave inside the parliament when their own MPs had done in the past. Now the BJP spokesperson who brought in the BK16 case, where in the court it is being argued that the entire email of assassination of the Prime Minister is doctored. You cannot quote something that is under trial, that has not been proved. Then he said the Congress spokesperson in Leh Ladakh created all this. The news came up, it was a Congress corporator or councillor, and then it was denied he was nowhere related to the Congress. So all this ecosystem will come up and spread misinformation, disinformation to divert the issue. It all started when the Lok Sabha speaker was censoring the speech of the leader of parliament. In democracy, how is that fair? How can you say what the leader of opposition should talk? Navika Kumar should stand up for Rahul Gandhi as well. She is talking for democracy.
I have been stating that Rahul Gandhi deserved to speak in Parliament on the issue. I have said this all week in every show that the government should have allowed Rahul Gandhi to raise the question, because General Narvane's book is very clear that the Prime Minister took the right stand of no political interference and empowering the General of the Army to take whatever call he thought necessary. So the BJP had no need to be defensive on this issue. Published book, unpublished book didn't matter. But really, Pradeep Bhandari, you know, women can actually come and bite the Prime Minister. That's a bit of a bizarre explanation that came in. I mean, more loyal than the king also.
Well, Navika ji, we highly respect the women member of parliament, but on the instruction of Rahul Gandhi, anything is possible. If a man, Rahul Gandhi, can call a fellow member of the Sikh community as Gaddar and traitor, if a man, Rahul Gandhi, can say that he wants to fight the Indian state, on his instruction, the women member of parliaments are duty bound to accept the instruction of their party leaders. And we have seen in the past how Rahul Gandhi in the debate on Manipur, after he spoke and the Prime Minister was speaking, instructed his member of parliament ki jao PM ki speech ko roko aur usko ghero. Now on the DMK spokesperson, I understand why
Gherao tak to it's fine. I accept that they were gherawing and that was not proper and that's not parliamentary behavior. But biting somebody, in which case all of us are weaponized, all of us have set of teeth. 32 or less, I don't know. I haven't peeped into anybody's mouth. But everybody has teeth, sir. So is everybody weaponized?
Navika ji, when Renuka Chaudhary can get a dog to the parliament and even justify that, anything is possible. You cannot deny that possibility. It is for the Congress to come over and say ki nahi aisa hua hai. And this is just 10 seconds. The South District Secretary of DMK, J. Balan, I want to quote him. He said, Narendra Modi is desperate to snatch your votes. He is another demon. We have to eliminate him. This is DMK South General Secretary and he is not yet suspended. So whether DMK or Congress, all of them only want to eliminate Narendra Modi because democratically they cannot defeat Narendra Modi. And I understand, my dear friend from the DMK, you even had a soft corner for those who assassinated Rajiv Gandhi and you were asking for clemency petition for them. So you will not take a threat against an Indian Prime Minister seriously.
Okay, counter Dr. Saeed Hafiz.
Madam, ADMK was the one which brought the clemency petition. They passed the resolution in the assembly. Today they are alive with them. BJP has no rights to talk about that. It is on mercy. It is on the ground of mercy that petition was taken up by the DMK, ADMK, almost all the parties of Tamil Nadu. If you are calling us, if you are accusing of being lenient to the killers of Rajiv Gandhi,
I am asking you, what is your stand?
Then you have no moral rights to question that, sir. Then you come out of
that. Don't deviate. Have you suspended the person? No.
No, you don't just jump.
You haven't suspended this man.
You gave me a point.
I'm not shifting the goalpost. Anybody.
Well, let's come back to the present. Let's come back to the present and let's come back to the parliament session. And Ghanshyam Tiwari, when the BJP says that the opposition cannot come together to defeat the Prime Minister, that is why Modi teri kabr khudegi, that is why all these demands of Lok Sabha to jhanki hai, PMO se bhagana baki hai. Not very democratic. The manner in which you want to oust the Prime Minister is the charge. Please respond.
Good evening, Navika ji, to you, the viewers and fellow co-panelists. That women MPs bite, is a charge by BJP, a party that cheered Braj Bhushan Charan Singh, a Prime Minister who cheered Prajwal Ramanna. And if you look at the data of Bharatiya Janata Party, number of MPs in the current Lok Sabha who have criminal charges from BJP, 94. Number of MPs in NDA who have criminal charges, 25. Number of MPs from BJP who have serious criminal charges, 26. 63, 26%. What are these offences? Murder, attempted murder, kidnapping, crimes against women. So we have a Prime Minister who feels safe in the company of Braj Bhushan Charan Singh. We have a Prime Minister who feels safe in the company of Prajwal Ramanna. We have a Prime Minister who feels safe in the company of 94 members of parliament from his party who have criminal charges. 63 who have serious criminal charges. And he feels unsafe. When Rahul Gandhi quotes General Narwane's book, he feels unsafe when women MPs protest. He feels unsafe in Lok Sabha where he is the leader of the House. So let's look at his track record. In the 16th Lok Sabha, Prime Minister spoke in Lok Sabha roughly 44 times, or you can say nine times a year. In his next term, he speaks in Lok Sabha 6 times a year. In this term, he's likely to speak in Lok Sabha 3 times a year. The Prime Minister is going voiceless. He's not only going voiceless against China or the India-US trade pact, he's going voiceless in the House where he is a leader. That is the reason he will be ousted by people of India. We do not want a Darpok Prime Minister. We are a brave country, 140 crore people. Why do we deserve a Darpok Prime Minister? And the Prime Minister spoke in Rajya Sabha. You know what he said about Adityanath? That Adityanath cried in Lok Sabha because of Dimagi Bukhar. What a shame. The videos are available. Adityanath cried in Lok Sabha because he was talking about how he was jailed, not for Dimagi Bukhar, for the charges of crime against him which are heinous. So a Prime Minister who's lying, who's scared of a house of women MPs in a house who is leader, who's losing his own voice, who will not speak the truth on the pacts that he has signed, who sees Donald Trump as a super Prime Minister of India, who hides when China is going to attack, or who hides when Donald Trump wants to meet him or calls. What are we going to do? How are we going to accept him as the leader of the country? I am perplexed that we are even debating this when the facts are clear in front of us.
Well, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, please respond. And on Revanna, Prajwal Revanna, I'll just like to fact check you. 2024 elections, ahead of the elections, I had interviewed Prime Minister and asked him, and he was very categorical in his statement condemning Prajwal Revanna. So on that count, I will correct you, Ghanshyam Tiwari. But Abhijit Iyer Mitra, respond to the charges made by Ghanshyam Tiwari.
So, I don't even know where to start. Since we're talking about allegations and things like that, remember, this is a party that was alleged by Honorable Chief Minister Mayawati ji of having tried assassinating her in a guest house in 1995. We all saw the visuals in those days when Ramesh Bhandari was governor of how she was surrounded and how Kalraj Mishra ji had to go and try to, break her out and break the entire this thing. They were apparently planning on setting her on fire inside the guest house. They even recovered kerosene outside. This is just one ally of the India Alliance. Do you remember what the DMK, the other ally of the India Alliance, did to Jayalalitha ji on the floor of the house? They tried to tear her sari in the presence of Karunanidhi on the floor of the house in Tamil Nadu. These are all the India Alliance partners. Do you also want me to talk about Mukhtar Ansari and where his political alliances were? He was such a paragon of virtue, no? Total paragon of virtue and purity in the Indian system. So, this is a pattern that these people follow. And to extrapolate that pattern, let me take you back to December 24. There was another physical assault in which 2 BJP members got injured. Let's not forget that. So this is a building up. It is a slow, systematic building up of physical assaults and using the immunity of parliament to get away with things. Now let's come to fascism. That somehow saying it is fascist for the BJP to say BJP Mukt Bharat is fascism. I want to play a video clip of Shri Sanjay Jhaji reacting to to the slogan Congress Mukt Bharat. This is from YouTube. Please tell me if it is a manipulated video or not.
Campaigns and the BJP's conduct thereafter. It is to destroy the Congress. When Modi said Congress Mukt Bharat, as a Congress believer, as a Congress ideologue, I was more angry than perhaps 99% of the Congress leaders sitting in Parliament. I would have taken that as a challenge. And the day Modi said Congress Mukt Bharat, if I was Rahul Gandhi, if I was one of the, leaders who was in the Congress Working Committee, I would have made a war cry and said, you know what, guys, that's a war cry for India's democracy and constitutionalism. An attack on the Congress is an attack on what India, the idea of India that we believe in. And from that day onwards, I would have made sure that every day counts. Unfortunately.
Now, tell me, so is this also a display of fascism?
Can I
answer? Is this a display of fascism? Because, I am fine for people to play politics. But this kind of double standards, Congress Mukt Bharat is fascism. It is an attack on democracy in this country. But apparently trying to attack the Prime Minister is not. Arey wah, kya baat hai? This is a classic case, if you want the English analogy, pot calling the kettle black, or in Hindi, ulta chor kotwal ko dante.
Can I answer him, Navika?
People who have attacked 2 female chief ministers, a cabal of parties that have a record of physically attacking female chief ministers, will give us lectures on women's rights today.
Well, Sanjay Jha, quick counter.
Yeah, so my friend Mr. Bhandari talked about Manipur. Pradeep, I need to remind you, what is the most tragic episode I have witnessed during the course of this year? The unfortunate victim who was gang raped in Manipur died without justice, Pradeep. Your double-engine Sarkar in Delhi and Manipur could not give her justice. She died. The perpetrators did not get arrested, and she died crying for justice. Do not have the right to talk on women's security anywhere in the world. Sir, you guys do not deserve the right. You don't have the moral authority to speak on women anymore.
Pradeep, counter.
Sanjay, the day you remove Kantilal Bhuria from your party, the man who said that women are raped because they are beautiful, I would give the benefit of doubt to you. And my dear friend, it is Priyanka Vadra who campaigned for a rapist of Kathua. That is your reality. And also, Navika ji, please look at this video of Renuka Chaudhary. Bhau is what she was doing in the parliament. Now, logically,
let's not take this to absurd level, but both sides will not cover themselves in glory if we come to this debate on women. So let's just leave it there and come back to the main topic. And Nivaan Sharma, the question here is, do you agree with the war cry now कि parliament तो झांकी है, PMO से भगाना बाकी है? I just want to ask you, for all those who built an alliance that the constitution has to be saved, democracy has to be saved, for them, is it legitimate to make statements and slogans of this kind? And the speaker today, when the House assembled, said in 1 week, 19 hours, 13 minutes have already been lost. Just what is the parliament meant for? I ask you as the representative of the citizens of this country. Bhai, kar kya rahe ho? What are you doing? Is parliament only a ground for a slugfest, or will we get some citizens' work done?
Absolutely, Navika ji, I agree with you that asking questions is one of the biggest strengths of the democracy. And we are one world's largest democracy, and when we are asking questions as an opposition, we are not being answered. And I was just listening to the spokesperson of the BJP, and so the way he has sensationalized the entire scenario, sensational storytelling, I would recommend him to join movies. He might get 1 or 2 stars there in the movies, because he's failing miserably when he's telling what this party is trying to do in the parliament. We are just saying that we need answers from the Prime Minister. We have raised some legitimate questions and we need answers. Did he answer on how our youth were thrown out of America handcuffed? Did he answer on how did Pahalgam happen? Did he answer on how did 600 kg RDX reach Pathankot? Did he answer on what happened to Hindus in Bangladesh?
Did anybody stay to listen to him? He was not allowed to speak in Lok Sabha. When he spoke in Rajya Sabha, how many members of opposition were in parliament?
For more than 1.5 hours in Lok Sabha. Did he mention once about all these things? Once. And what he chose to say, he chose to personally attack our member of parliament, Sanjay Singh ji. Have you heard his speech yesterday?
Oh, so you can attack him, but he cannot attack you. Is that the rule of parliament?
This is
that everybody can jointly attack the Prime Minister. He cannot attack anybody. ये parliamentary rules में.
Navika ji, personal attack on sitting member of parliament. Does this suit the Prime Minister's chair?
But personal
can he do that? Have you heard him? Have you heard what did he say?
Personal attack on the Prime Minister suits all of you.
You ask him anything, he won't answer. He would just say what he wants to say. It's just pure movie storytelling. Nothing that concerns the country. Nothing that concerns the people of the country. We have been asking on Epstein file, where are the answers? We have been asking on this blackmail trade deal, where are the answers? You keep asking He won't answer. He would just tell you good stories, good futuristic stories.
Fact check on the Indo-US trade deal. Well, the Commerce Minister has made a statement, given the official position of the government, and the Prime Minister repeated that Piyush ji has spoken, my colleague has spoken, and he endorsed that. He doesn't have to repeat it. The statement is there. The joint statement is expected, I think, in the next 48 to 72 hours. They have made that statement, but you will go on asking the same question. Sanjay Jha,
the foreign minister of the country, doesn't know about the deal. The foreign minister is speechless on the aspects of the deal done. He doesn't know about it. Can you question him? Can you question
Pradeep Bhandari?
They don't.
Pradeep Bhandari, please respond. Pradeep Bhandari, please respond.
He's not answering.
भाई कितना ड्रामा कर रहे हो यार? Nivan bhai, if I am doing drama and I have to go to an acting school, then the director of that acting school will be Aam Aadmi Party, because Kejriwal has said 100 times BJP will get me assassinated like Indira Gandhi said Arvind Kejriwal. So is Kejriwal
We will show you how things should be.
You asked a question, allow him to respond. Yes, Pradeep.
No, if you are saying that we are playing victim, अरे सुनो भैया, आपके शीशमहल में क्या चलता है वो देखा है, और साथी वाले ने आपको विपक्ष को एक्सपोज कर दिया है। अब सुनो, ये बताओ 2019 में केजरीवाल जी ने कहा था कि उनको असैसिनेट कराने का प्रयास है, क्या केजरीवाल ड्रामेबाज है? अरविंद केजरीवाल ने अपने आप को झापड़ पिटवा दिया था इलेक्शन से पहले, क्या वो एक्टिंग थी? अरविंद केजरीवाल को झापड़ पिटा था, क्या वो थी?
Well, 1 minute. Sanjay Jha, with due respect to all women MPs, and I, above all, respect the way women have come forward, so please don't get me wrong. But I'm just going by the list put out by the Parliament. In the Parliament, the Speaker has put out the list of those women who were surrounding the Prime Minister. R. Sudha, Congress MP, MBC, most backward caste. Jyotimani, Congress MP, backward class. Varsha Gaikwad, Congress MP, scheduled caste. Jiniben Thakur, Congress MP, OBC. K. Kavya, Congress MP, scheduled caste. These were the people who were surrounding the Prime Minister's chair. I just want to ask you, design or coincidence?
Let me tell you something, Navika. The statement was basically being made in support of Rahul Gandhi's statement made earlier.
Only by women. The men didn't feel strongly enough.
1 minute. That the general's book, General Narawane's book, which was very important on national security, had to be discussed. The women were in the forefront of telling the Prime Minister, don't abandon your responsibility, because women are also one of the most vital constituents.
Abhijit Iyer Mitra, are we to believe only the women felt strongly, women MPs of the Congress party felt strongly about it, not the male MPs? I mean, is that argument you buy?
Tell me, Navika, is it anthropologically possible that when a party takes offense, only the women will go forward? You tell me, is it anthropologically possible? Is it sociologically possible? These people are talking.
If that's anthropologically possible, then why is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra not leading the Congress party, and why is Rahul Gandhi, if women is where the power really comes from? Question to ponder about, but above all, have we made Parliament into a tamasha? Is it just about, making statements and personally targeting the Prime Minister because you want to be in the seat of power? Where does democracy feature in this scheme of things? Where does the Constitution feature in this scheme of things when you begin to say, well, this week Parliament was the trailer, next PMO is where the attack will be and where the Prime Minister will be ousted from? How? Does this not involve the people of India? Will they not decide? And when they have decided to give the reins of this country to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, then who's the government, who's the opposition, who's the Congress party to find fault? That's the question we're asking tonight. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number